welcome to my channel. Today I'm attempting to fix my faulty temp and fuel gauges. I'm following along the very handy video that Mark II Dad uploaded of his T4, which was really helpful throughout the whole process, so definitely worth checking that out if you have the same problem. But yeah, let's begin. Okay, first things first, I need to get this bit off, which should just pull off, hopefully. Oh god. Please come off. Hey! I did a thing! So, pulling these out. This feels wrong to do this, but I mean, would you like to come out? A little bit. Okay. Jesus Christ. Well, that's out there. And now this thing. Okay, well I hope the word is central because I'm taking it off. Right, you know what? I think I'm gonna have to extend that because it's not working. BRB. Okay, 24mm bit. I had the 27 one, which was just giant. And then that's that. That's that off. In its own time. There we are. First thinged. Hang on. I've just taken something off. You can pull the wheel off, he says. Oh. There's the wheel. Okay. That shouldn't be as easy as it is. But, okay. So 3 screws holding this bit in, which I need to take off. Okay. Where, pray tell, is the screw? It feels like a screw. Hey, look at that, a screw. Right, I'm lining these up in order so that when I put them back in. Ooh. Found the 3rd screw. That was difficult. There's the bottom bit. Lovely. Lovely and gross and dirty. Dismantled that. What is this? This looks like it's important. What the hell? Okay, so now I'm unplugging. Bit is to get these off. I've got 3 out, but the 4th one is proving a bit difficult, so hopefully if I get these out then I can access the other one. this bit out.
Okay, so there's 4 plugs, 3 black ones and 1 red one. So then we can undo these 3 sort of long thin screws just using a flat head, and then we should be able to
Ew!
out after that, and that should give us enough space to...
I don't want to get in there! It's so gross. That's vile. That's actually vile. I want to know what that is. How do you come off? Would you like to tell me? Or are you just going to let me stick my hand in yucky, gunky stuff? Is that like a match that happened? Or magic word, maybe? The one bit he hasn't shown in the video, I can't get off!
A few moments later.
Okay, I got the bits off. Got the bits off. So now this should come up. Will this come up? No, because the thing is still on. Put you in there. Let's take you out. Excuse me, can you come out please? Can I take it off? Well, that probably... Can I get him out now? I don't think I can, so that's just going to hang down like that. You go back, and I know that you're there. Okay, guys, got this. Head, let's have screwdriver, got Phillips head. That's not actually, that is. so that's... This was wrong, this was really wrong. And yet I'm still doing it. As the man in the video said so. Okay, that sort of throws it out. Ooh. Oh, that should pop back in place. Now that's moving instead of this. Okay, that's that side. Hey, we're out! Okay, camera angle has changed because my camera is full. I don't know how far I got, so I got the right side screw out of here. Now I'm just trying to get this left side, but it's proving to be in a really difficult spot. I think actually I'm going to try and use this small one to get it out. If you would like to. There we are. Going. This console area really needs a clean because it is so disgusting and mouldy, which is nice. We love mould in this house. We don't. I don't know why I said that. Okay. Second screw. Look at that. I didn't drop it. Woo! Okay. Okay, so now I need to reach up in here. I've just pulled off this thing. Oh, see that? This little cubby hole thing. I need to reach up and behind. And I'm feeling for a cable thing for the speedometer. It's like a barrel shape. I think I've got it. I'm touching things that I really don't want to be touching right now. I don't know what that is. Oh! Hey! Hey presto! I did it! I did a thing! Oh. Oh, yuck. Okay. Okay. Now it's out. That is gross. What was I touching then? Was it that? Yeah, I think it was. Okay. Let me just show you the other side. So this was what I just pulled off, and then I've got to take this bit off now. Jesus, I can't really do this one-handed. Should just pull out. Hey, there we go. And it's out, and that's it free. Okay, so here it is out of the thing. That's the back of it. Nice and gross and yucky. So now I need to take it in, probably give it a bit of a clean and get all of this grossness off and do some soldering. Woo! Okay, so unfortunately the audio got corrupted when I was uploading the footage, so you have to deal with my lovely voiceover now. So I brought the clocks inside and have to sort of dismantle the whole thing. So here I am just taking off the glass cover. Not much to say really. It doesn't look like the interior had been accessed before. Both the screws were there and there wasn't any damage on the surround. Took me a while to do because the whole way through this process I have been using the wrong size screwdrivers, so that really slowed me down. But yeah, this bit was pretty easy. The next part here was to get the 3 dials out, so the clock and the fuel gauge both just sort of pull out of their spot. Did it quite carefully because they're connected sort of with pins into the circuit itself, so I didn't want to end up damaging them. Fortunately I didn't. They came out relatively easily. I think I could have done it a bit quicker if I was more sure of myself. But hey ho, don't want to be too, or can't be too careful, as they say. So yeah, there's a bit of green sort of writing on the back of the fuel gauge, which I was a little bit interested in, just sort of wanted to know why it was there. Don't really know why. I don't know if it's just glue or something, and the little X is a little bit confusing, so if you know, put it down in the comments. Now it's time for me to take out the speedometer. This is held in place by 4 screws, which were pretty easy to just unscrew. I was being pretty careful again as I didn't want to damage anything beneath it. I think it was during this process that I realised that I was using the wrong screwdrivers, so that was quite entertaining to find out. And I say entertaining, it wasn't. Awesome, so the next part I needed to do was to unscrew this little component in place, and that's sort of the first step to take it out of the exterior casing. And above that component is the 6 joints that I needed to resolder because they looked disgusting. And it was at this point where I was beginning to worry that perhaps the issue might be bigger, because you'll see in the pictures just what I mean by disgusting. So here is the sort of second part that I needed to do in order to get the outer casing off. This is the plug in which the sort of battery cables and that attached to the clocks. I sort of struggled getting this out as the clips holding it in place were a little bit difficult to get hold of, and then once I did get them out, the clips on the other side, so the front of the circuit, I forgot about, and so I was sort of pushing through and nothing was happening, and there was some very, very upsetting plastic cracking sounds. But fortunately, don't think I damaged anything, which is good. There we are, so the circuit is mostly out of the case. The only other bit that I needed to do was to remove the blue cable off of the circuit. This was a very fragile part and I was very nervous about detaching this. Fortunately, longer nails, I managed to just sort of get under there and pull it out. And that was it, completely free and ready for soldering. So here's another close-up of how disgusting the joints are. I genuinely don't know what has happened to cause them to look this bad, but I fortunately managed to clean it all off, which you'll see it in a few seconds. And this is me getting a little crash course in how to solder using my circuit board as the demonstration thing. Unfortunately, I didn't get the footage of me taking that little component out, which the screw was attached to, so I needed to do that before I could do any soldering. So my dad did the first little bits, and then I felt confident enough to do the sort of final blobs on top, as we sort of managed to get them all stuck together before unsticking them and having a nice clean solder. And then here I am just giving the circuit board the clean it desperately needed. Unfortunately, I didn't get the final result of that, which I'm gutted about, because it did look loads better and there was barely any of that weird red stuff around the joints and our soldering job. So unfortunately, that's nowhere to be seen unless you want me to pull out my entire dash again. So now it's time for the final result. Did it work? So yes, it seems that the fixes that I did worked, and I took it out for a little test drive afterwards, and the temperature gauge also went up and seems to be showing a nice lovely middle level. So could not be more happy with the results of this, especially as I went into it not knowing what I was doing. So here is where I find out that I have a lovely full tank of petrol. If that's the case, I'm not sure. I'm hoping that it is, but I'm keeping track of it. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for everyone that helped me during this, especially Mark II Daz, as his tutorial genuinely walked me through step by step and was so helpful throughout. So anyone else attempting to try this or has the same problem, it really is simple, and with a little bit of bravery, I think anyone can do this. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.